2025 has been extremely a roller coaster. And I know guys couldn't wait to get over with a year and move on to see what next comes our way in 2026. So guys, let's talk about the vision boards. I'm here to talk about the prayer board that I promised that we will do before the year ends. I'm sorry the video is coming late, but yeah, better late than never. About the 2026 vision board, and I wanted us to try something new this year. I wanted us to use the book of Psalms in the Bible to guide us through the 2026 vision boards, because we are transitioning from normal usual vision boards to actually prayer boards, because I realized manifesting comes a long way with actually prayer. Still, when you pray, you're actually manifesting. In a different spiritual world, many people want to understand why when they constantly pray over something, it actually takes long or comes faster. So I thought, why don't we use a better way to do it? So let's bring in God. I know we've always brought in God, but this time we're intentionally bringing God. And basically, what better way to bring in God instead of using His actual word, the Bible? Guide the boards. First Psalm I want us to concentrate and focus on is Psalms 90, verse 17. Psalms is majorly about favor. And you guys, I will tell you that you have to constantly pray for favor. So on your board, make it a point to have Psalms 90, verse 17, which calls upon God's favor upon your vision. Yes, so when you have these Psalms engraved in your vision board, that's the first step to actually making your vision board a prayer board. Over the years, one thing I noticed is with the vision boards that people have been coming up with, well, they've been amazingly good boards, but I noticed that people forget there's an actual process to actually having these things that we see on our vision boards or we place on our vision boards, seeing them become a reality. People have forgotten that there's a process. Well, guys, there's an actual process too. For example, let's say on my vision board 2026, I want a CX-5. Yeah, Mazda. I'm going to put that car right there on that board, and I know it's what I want. Yeah. But to get in that car, I need to know that there's an actual process, starting from how I'm going to get the funds, um, where I'm going to get the car, how long it will take. So there's this whole process to actually getting, like putting in the work to get what we want. Yeah. We need to trust that process. And once we know there's a process, we need to commit it into God's hands. And we need to ask for favor, as I earlier told you. We need to ask for favor, and then most importantly, ask for ease in the process so that we can enjoy the process to actually having these things come into our reality. Out of Psalms 127, verse 1, which says, God is a builder is a builder. And without God being the builder of a house, the laborer building the house labors in vain, right? Now, that's where we come into the action plans of our visions. So we have a vision board, we have things we want to achieve. However, to achieve them, like I told you, there's a process, and part of the process is an action plan. So the action plan, on Psalms 127 verse 1, it's basically encouraging us to put our action plans in God. Let God lead the action plan. Yes, for we will labor in vain if God is not leading this action plan to come into realization. So the action plan is what's going to get the process moving so that we can realize our vision board, so that these things actually come to life. As we come to a conclusion, I want to talk about something that really I feel like what's my motivation behind the vision boards turning to prayer boards. Most vision boards do not fail because our dreams are not valid. Actually fail because of the foundation that we make them on. We usually tend to depend on our own strength and the people we are, instead of focusing on building our vision board, like setting our foundation for the vision board on God. you know our foundation needs to really be based on God for our vision boards to succeed. Why don't we focus more on not our efforts, but on God's will while doing these vision boards, because He knows what's best for us. So as we build these boards, they can be the center of everything. So this is just me coming up here and saying, yes, well, 2025 was, let's say we were doing it strong and basing on our strength, and we kind of forgot that the center of everything is God. Let me tell you that 2026, if we pray over all our pictures and everything that we place on this board, and we set the foundation for everything that we place on this board on God, guys, we are limitless. We are limitless. And let me tell you, keep going, keep pushing. And remember, this year's theme is basically one, we are becoming everything that we want to be, and we are thriving at it. See you in 2026.